The University of the West Indies announces a massive project to boost the local economy. This is the Barbados Today afternoon news for Monday, October 9. I am Mary-Claire Williams. Thank you for joining us. More than 1,500 Barbadians are expected to find jobs in a multi-million-dollar agribusiness facility that's slated for Dukes St. Thomas no later than the second quarter of next year. The $34 million UE Dukes Agribusiness Development Park will be built on almost 30 acres of land that was gifted to the Cave Hill campus of the University of the West Indies by the owners of Dukes Plantation to address the island's food security challenges. Principal of the Cave Hill campus, Professor Eugene Barito, told a news conference to launch the project that the mega facility will position Barbados as a key provider of highly skilled labor power training needs in agribusiness and related entrepreneurship creation in the region.
A significant portion of the land has been set aside as agricultural parcels for farming. In addition, the park will accommodate agro-processing and meat curing facilities, a chocolate manufacturing and training facility, cotton processing facilities, a food standards laboratory, and a sewage plant treatment and recreational spaces.
In other news this afternoon, where is the promised salary increase for public workers? That's the question opposition MP Kerry Simmons says Prime Minister Stuart must now answer. Speaking at a St. James Central Barbados Labour Party meeting last night, Simmons said the Prime Minister pledged a pay hike to public workers if the National Social Responsibility Levy performed well. Simmons said with the disclosure from Finance Minister Chris Sinclair that the tax has raked in $50 million, he is duty-bound to keep his word.
The increase is minute for civil servants who have not seen an increase in 9 years. In 9 years. No, ladies and gentlemen, I am talking to you, I believe on the 8th of October. 7th or 8th? 8th. So over a week in October done gone. NSRL man begged for the end of September. I would have thought that having given a commitment that at the end of September he will review the thing. When you see September 25, 26, 27 come around, Kirk, I know you'll be calling for the documentation. Come, let me see here, where we at here, because if there's money, there's pain in the land, let us see how we can ensure that the people of Barbados who are the workers get a little benefit, because they've not had a benefit for 9 painful, roughless years. But you know what? He tells Barbados yesterday. Well, Chris Sinclair said that there's $50 million coming in, but he can talk what he like. I haven't seen anything yet, so nothing has come to me, so I know. So your pain means nothing to Stuart.
The Barbados government is not to be blamed for the island's crime scourge. Speaker of the House of Assembly Michael Carrington says rather than pointing fingers, the entire society has to examine its practices and assess how it is contributing to the problem. He made the comments while speaking at the Democratic Labour Party's Christchurch South Branch meeting at the St. Lawrence Primary School.
We learned our lesson. We still have issues with respect to crime and violence. All societies have that one. But I want to say to you that from where I'm sitting, the problem goes beyond just somebody taking up a gun or taking up a knife or resorting to violence. I think it's really a reflection on the society. Nelson Mandela, I don't remember the publication, I remember the page, I think it was page 263 of the publication. He said that politicians are made from the mud of the society from which they come. I am saying that that is true, yes. I am also saying that what happens in the society, the same way politicians are made from the mud, each member of the society comes from that same mud. And therefore what happens in the society is a reflection on each and every member of the society. You see where I'm going?
The Caribbean Shipping Association is the latest regional organization to come to the assistance of the storm-ravaged countries in the Caribbean. Addressing the association's 47th annual general meeting at the Hilton Resort this morning, CSA President David Jean-Marie told industry representatives that the recent disasters have highlighted the vulnerability of regional economies. Jean-Marie also announced that the CSA will allocate a portion of proceeds from its events to the storm-damaged countries. It also promised to match the contributions of members attending this week's meeting to relief and recovery efforts.
The CSA is fully committed to making its resources available to ensure a complete and speedy recovery from these disasters, and is hoped that this position will motivate other benevolent partners to pledge their support, and that of any of you who have access to additional resources will come on board to assist with the rebuilding efforts. These recent disasters have highlighted the vulnerability of Caribbean economies and remind us of the role of the Caribbean Shipping Association and what role it can play in facilitating shipping and driving efficiency and improving productivity in our respective countries. An example was our mission to render assistance to Haiti after that country suffered a severe impact from Hurricane Matthew, and donations from CSA members were well received there.
There's regional and international news after this short break. Today's Touch, reaching out to all communities.
Thank you for staying with us. We continue with regional happenings. The United Nations Secretary General Anthony Guterres is determined now more than ever to ensure that the international community takes strong action to tackle climate change. After taking a first-hand look at the devastation from Hurricane Maria in Dominica on the weekend, Guterres said there's no mistaking that natural disasters have tripled and the economic impact has increased fivefold as a result of climate change. He said those countries responsible must understand the impact of their actions.
We need to ask those that are responsible for what happened here. You have not contributed to global warming, but those that are responsible for what happened here, because they have been contributing to global warming, that they need to stop this trend.
The UN officials' tour of Dominica included the island's indigenous Kalinago territory, and during a food distribution exercise in the remote villages, Kalinago Chief Charles Williams said the community has lost all its agricultural crops and it will need food supplies well into next year.
We will definitely need food in the next 6 to 8 months, because we really the crops that we have normally are annual crops like tanias, dashings, yams, bananas. Tree crops take much longer than that. The quickest crop we can get is sweet potatoes, and not everybody will in fact grow sweet potatoes.
On the international front, 23 people have been killed when rainstorms battered China over the past week, destroying more than 5,200 homes and forcing the evacuation of nearly 34,000 people. Authorities reported that heavy rainfall since October 1st has caused widespread damage in the southwestern, central and northwestern provinces. The Ministry of Civil Affairs says direct losses amount to just over $490 million. The latest destruction follows a deadly summer of flooding and landslides across much of China. And that's news this afternoon, but for the very latest, you can visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also find us on Mix 96.9 FM. I am Mary Claire Williams. Good afternoon.